Last night I spent 2.5 hours watching a movie on Netflix. It was called Eat the Rich, the GameStop Saga. I honestly have to say that it was more education than I received in my 4-year degree at Ball State University relative to the stock market and investing. And it was more than what I received in my CFP, my CHFC, and my CLU. It taught me so much about a short squeeze that I didn't know. It taught me how brokerage funds are now making money, how hedge funds are opposing the retail investor, how many YouTubers pump and dump stocks to turn themselves into multimillionaires and at the same time put their viewers in a position to lose everything that they have. This is something I think you should watch, and there's several others that I think you should watch.
Best of Us Investors presents Carrie Griegmeyer.
There is such a disparity anymore in the difference between those who have and those who don't have. And I think it all comes down to education. And again, if my grandchildren came to me and said, I'm going to a university and I'm going to study the finance and I want to be involved in the stock market in the future of investing and things of this nature, I'd say before you go, watch these 3 movies on Netflix and Amazon and understand the markets and how they work. And then when you're done with that, read these 6 books and they will give you a view as to what is going to happen in the future. And then go to your university and gain some understanding of the past history. I can't imagine how someone would be teaching a advanced course in economics and investing in the stock market in today's market because it's changing so fast. I just look back at my experience in the markets and I reflect on the dot-com bubble and the subprime crisis. I look back at my experience with the subprime crisis and the dot-com bubble and how things have changed just so drastically. The amount of information that is available to me today to read a story or to see something on TV news and then to be able to research it and to make a good decision, a good investment decision that will affect the rest of my life, that wasn't there in 2000 or in 2009. So our advantage is so much greater. Even this YouTube universe didn't exist then. And then what excites me even more is the future is coming faster than you think. What is going to happen in the future as a result of artificial intelligence and machine learning, how education is going to change. I challenge you. You watch those 3 films that I'm suggesting, and then I would ask you, if you're young enough, go to a university and see if you learn that much in your first year in your business classes. They don't know it. They don't understand it. It's not a part of the world they come from. In most cases, your teachers are going to be just a little bit younger than me, and they aren't going to be attuned to the current market. So this is where you separate yourself from everybody else, whether you're an investor, whether you're a day trader, or a swing trader, or you're just buying into the future. And I know there's a lot of people and a lot of very smart people who say, go and just put it into ETFs or mutual funds or and dollar cost average into some stocks that you want. And that's fine. That's really fine if you don't have the time to pursue this more aggressively. But there is so much available to you. Take advantage of it. With all that said about education and bringing yourself up to speed and learning how to use the media and YouTube and read books. What if I were your professor today and I was saying, okay, this is how I would react to today's market and what I would be doing? So I'm going to share with you where I am with my portfolio, what my strategies are, and what I think I am going to achieve through these strategies. First of all, I believe the market is going down. I believe that the S&P will go down probably another 25%, and I think that will happen not so much as a result of inflation and interest rates. I think that's going to make a play, but I'm expecting a major event. I'm expecting something out of China, something out of Russia. I expect that Vladimir is going to try to freeze out the European nations, and that's going to get ugly. I also believe that there is an alliance that is starting to form between Vladimir and Xi Jinping and whatever his name is from North Korea. They are all screaming right now, "Look at me. Look at me." And I believe that sometime in this next first of the year, January through March, something ugly is going to happen and we're going to see a dive. So my strategy is from this chart: short the banks, short the S&P, short the NASDAQ, and short China. These are the tickers. These are relatively close prices. And this is the percentage of my portfolio that I'm allocating to that. Then with the situation of energy, and when I speak of energy, I am speaking of Vladimir cutting off the oil, cutting off the gas, and the energy prices going up. So I'm owning Occidental Petroleum. I followed Warren Buffett into this. He bought about 20. He now owns 20%. I have read he's actually lobbying to get that up to 50%. I believe, like Warren does, we're not out of the woods yet. We're not totally electric yet. We're not solar or we're not wind powered, and we won't be for some time, at least in the foreseeable future. And so that's why I own Occidental Petroleum. I also own Cheniere Energy. This is a fascinating company. They're down in Texas and Louisiana. They're in the liquid natural gas business. We manufacture, we produce as a byproduct of our oil drilling more natural gas than we can use. If you will the problem is getting natural gas out of our country. It basically moves through pipelines. So what they have developed, they have discovered that if you will freeze natural gas down to, I believe it's about minus 256 degrees, it will become liquid. They have then created carriers, ships that can keep that frozen and liquefied, and then they take it to Asia and Europe. Europe is in desperate need of it because Vladimir is cutting them off. They use natural gas to produce electricity. The electricity runs their factories, heats their homes. Natural gas heats their homes, heats their water. And so LNG, Cheniere Energy, has basically sold everything that they can make between now and this time next year. The only variable is what is the price going to be. They even have a contract with China to provide them all the natural gas they need through 2050. Again, the only variable in that contract is what is the price going to be. This is toilet paper of the first of the coronavirus. You couldn't find it. It wasn't on the shelves. If you didn't already have it in your pantry, you weren't going to have it. You were going to use the Sears catalog. Oh, but wait, we don't have the Sears catalog anymore. That's a little reflection back on my early days. Then, my next element is I liquidated my big six. The stocks that I screamed I would never sell because I recognized they were going down, and they are down. They're all down about 25%. That represents probably 50% of my portfolio. It's sitting in cash right now, but I will be buying back Amazon, Apple, Google, Microsoft, Meta, and NVIDIA. Now, here I'm showing you their current prices, and then over here I'm showing you my dream, my price that I would like to buy them at, because I am convinced each of these six stocks will be a major part of my life. They will be the people who will adapt to artificial intelligence. They will adapt to machine learning. They will adapt to quantum computing, and they will take me into the next element of my life. This is where we were in 1989, except it took us roughly, 40 years to get here. It will take us with the advent of artificial intelligence, machine learning, quantum computing, big data. These are the companies that own the data. This is the company that has the ability to process that data, as well as Amazon and Microsoft, and use that data to make our lives better. How are they going to make our lives better? We are going to move out of the age of medical care into the age of medical cure. I don't have that on here, but that's where the rest of the biggest part of the rest of my portfolio is, in genome sequencing, genome editing, genome therapies, because we don't want to die. And who am I speaking of we? The richest part of our population, the baby boomers. We don't want to die. We want to expand our lifespan. Well, what is it that kills us? Cancer, heart disease, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's. We've got to get rid of those. Aren't they just something that we pick up as a virus? No, we are born with it. It is a genome deficiency. God didn't give it to us, your great-great-great-grandfather, or you gave it to yourself. So I strongly believe that the world wants a cure for cancer, heart disease, Alzheimer's, you name it, more than they want an electric vehicle. And this will happen. Okay, that's how I invest. I look to the future. And the future is coming faster than you think. We just got to get through this tough time. We got to settle this situation in Russia and Ukraine, and it will consume all of Europe. We've got to settle the situation in China. We've got to settle the situation in Korea. We have to determine what is going to be the currency of the future. I am of hope that'll all be done by March the 1st, and I can get back into Amazon, Apple, Google, Microsoft, Meta, and NVIDIA, and get out of my short on the banks. This is ugly what's going to happen there. Shorts on the S&P 500, shorts on the NASDAQ, and I think I'll probably keep that short on China because I don't think that's going to resolve itself. I think you're going to see a nightmare in China. I really do. I think they will make a movie and put it on Netflix, The Nightmare of China, because they don't have currency, they don't have food, they don't have gas, and they've got a screwed up governmental system that has driven them into the demise through real estate. They've overbuilt that real estate. I've been there. I've seen those towers of homes that are empty. And they're going to have to tear the damn things down because they're going to become infested with disease. they've got a problem that they can't solve. They just got ahead of themselves, and that happens every time. That's what this movie about GameStop is all about. People get ahead of themselves, and they get over exuberant, and then they get surprised when the toilet flushes and everything comes down on them. So that's what I'm all about. Come and find me over on Instagram. We're having a lot of fun over there, and then on Twitter, I'm on there every day. So that'll keep you up with me. And then come join our tribe. We have a group of about 18,000 people. About 2,000-3,000 of them are active, and we share our thoughts. In fact, later this afternoon, this is Friday, I will have my Friday Stock Talk, which will talk just about what we're just talking about here now. And I'll get an input from them, and we'll grow this together. We're a community. This is not an individual sport, or it shouldn't be. It should be a team sport. That's, in fact, what Reddit's did. They formed a team. They just had a bad leader who led them down a path, and then Robin Hood kind of screwed them. So that's my take on it. But I'm Kerry Grinkmeyer. I'm a retired financial advisor, a CFP, a CHFC, and a CLU. And I just want to share my knowledge so that you can accumulate wealth. Talk to you again probably tomorrow.